Hello and welcome to the end of the year, the favorites video. Before we get super into all of my favorite things that I found in 2023, I just wanted to say congratulations on making it here, making it to the end of a crazy year. I know this was a hard one for so many people, myself included. There were a lot of highs and some lows, but something I've been seeing in a lot of the rhetoric that I surround myself with lately, be it TikTok or articles or posts that I see or stories that I hear from friends, a lot of the joy is in the journey, and I don't want you to forget that. I'm saying that partially to you and partially to myself. When I am hosting that food show, when I am, delivering those interviews to all these people I've looked up to in the future, I am excited to share these moments where I got my first apartment by myself and where I strengthened friendships and made new ones along the way. I am already crying. Goodbye 2023. Thank you so much for everything and I love you. And let's talk about all of the best things that I found in this year because there were so many. Let's start with my main favorite, my favorite of every year, I'm gonna be looking at my phone a lot because it's on a notes app, but my favorite of every year is always gonna be surrounding food, stuff in the kitchen. My first favorite of 2023, this is in no particular order, the California Olive Ranch olive oil, particularly this bag in a box. It is so useful if you use olive oil as much as I do. I'm not gonna do it right here because it'll go all over my floor, but it's just wonderful. It's great quality olive oil. It's incredibly useful to just have a little pour spout. You don't have to get your oily hands opening. My next favorites are these Wilton heart-shaped pans that I make my focaccia in. I've made some unfortunate cakes in, but that was not the pan's fault, that was my fault. And in the other realm of pans are these Fat Daddy-O's pans. I don't think you can see the name in there. I love them because they are light aluminum pans. If you have found yourself baking and some of your stuff burns on the bottom but not on the top, and you can't sort of seem to get that right, it might be because your pans are too dark and they conduct too much heat. So pans like this are so wonderful. They're lightweight, they're amazing, love them. Next, a favorite of every year, year in, year out, parchment paper. That's in French, parchment paper. My mommy gets me this one from Costco. If it's on sale at her Costco in Texas, she'll ship this to me, and I'm very grateful for that. Oh, also my number one favorite of the year is my mommy. I do not subscribe to the idea that you bake with aluminum foil. Some people do, and they make it work, and it's amazing, and I'm so impressed by that. That is not me. God bless you. God bless your whole family. God bless your oven. I use parchment paper. It's nonstick paper, heat resistant, up to 450 degrees usually, and you don't have to worry about sticking. It's amazing. Get it if you want to start baking. I've talked about this before. I talked about this like 2 years ago in a New Year's video. The Don Sazon, I never know how to pronounce it. Don Sazon, I don't know. But it is my best friend Juliet's fiance's family company. This chicken seasoning in particular, all of their seasoning is great. They have one that's just called meat seasoning and it is perfect. But the chicken one is so good, so tasty. It's literally the only thing I will put on my chicken most of the time. Go check them out. Family-owned business, really wonderful. Glad Press and Seal is, in my opinion, a near perfect product. It is so good, it keeps your stuff fresh. This is what I use 99% of the time when I am proofing something. If I don't have a proper lid to cover it, like a reusable lid, I will proof it with this, cover it around the sides. I know it's not gonna lift. So great. You can wrap sandwiches in it, you can reuse it, so you don't have to just use it one time. You can use it a couple, it stays nice and sticky. Love this. Shout out, Glad. Another favorite is tuna. Tuna in a can, tuna in a pouch, whatever. I think it's a perfect protein. It's so good. I put it in all of my salads pretty much. I put it in sandwiches. I make tuna salad all the time. I just think tuna is perfect. I'm obsessed with it. If you haven't tried tuna in a while, can you believe I'm saying my favorite of the 2023 is tuna? But some people are like, no, I hate tuna. Try it again. Give it a shot. Chill out. Grow up. Eat tuna. Next on the list is the Trader Joe's salad that I get all the time. It is the Southwest chopped salad. Oh my God. If I had to be realistic, in 2023 alone, I probably purchased that salad maybe 100 times. Not even kidding. That's probably being conservative. I put a little can of tuna, I empty out a can of tuna, put it in there, put a little glob of mayo in there, and yes, mayo is a favorite. If you don't like mayo, Also grow up. Put that at the bottom of your bowl, little glob of mayo, put that TJ salad in there, mix it all up. Oh my God. If you want to be a little crazy, you can eat it with little pretzel thins. Oh my God. Or you can just have it as a salad. It's wonderful. It's got little tortilla strips in there. Perfect. As always, Organic Valley is a favorite. One of my favorite brands of all time, not only because of the quality of their products, they do dairy, eggs. They have organic pasture, which does meat, but that's not really available, at least in California where I am, but I know it is over in the Midwest, like in Wisconsin where they're located. They're a co-op. They help small family farms. What they do is really good, and everybody who works there is such good people. They are at a bit of a higher price point because they're a co-op, like the farmers own the company and they're creating unbelievably quality organic ingredients. So if you can afford them, I would highly suggest to purchase from a place like Organic Valley. I will not make my spicy vodka sauce without their heavy whipping cream. I won't do it. If I can't find it at a store, that's not getting made that night. I can promise you that much. Love you, Organic Valley. Elizabeth, Brian, everybody there. Love you guys. Thank you for doing what you do. It's very special. Also, King Arthur flour, I am obsessed with. A lot of the time, Whole Foods will have them on sale. It is a higher price point flour, again, but it is very good quality. And last on my kitchen list is Our Place. I am so fatal for them. Again, so beyond grateful that they sent me so many wonderful housewarming gifts this year, and I've used all of them so many times already. So thank you to Our Place. I can't hold all of the pots and pans, but I will put them right here. And I love you and thank you very much. I'm very grateful. Oh, I do have a code. I have an Our Place code down below if you want to buy anything from Our Place. Highly suggest it. The Wonder Oven is a perfect piece of equipment. Okay. Oh, okay. We're moving on to makeup stuff. You guys know I love doing makeup. I actually haven't done a wing and a red lip in a long time, and I felt like that was very festive for the video. I can't even tell you guys, I have purchased the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Water. I've probably purchased 15 of these. I am fatal for these. It works for my skin. I know everybody's skin is very different, but they have a couple different types. I like the oil-free one. Oh my God, it gets my makeup off in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Smells good, feels clean, kind of works. I think it works as like a toner and a cleanser. It's just great. Oh my God, let me tell you. I had the pleasure of being invited to a Keys Soul Care event. It's this gorgeous bottle, and it is Alicia Keys's like skincare line. And I think they have makeup too. But you guys, not only is this a great cleanser, the smell of it, it's like, you know when you walk by just like a beautiful person and they look great and they smell great and you're like, what perfume are you using? And they're like, nothing. And you're like, okay, shut up. This smells like that. It's so wonderful. And I'm not usually into like highly fragranced cleansers and stuff. Usually I'm just like, great, I just want it to be clean, whatever. But every time I wash my face with this, I feel like I am at a spa. It smells, oh my God, it smells so beautiful. It's not super fragrancy, but it's just got a really beautiful smell. So thank you. This was gifted to me, but again, not sponsored. None of this is sponsored, but I'm just sharing with you what I love. But this was given to me and I would buy it again because it smells wonderful. Other makeup-y stuff that I've been fatal for. Oh my gosh. Okay. If you can see my nails, for pretty much this whole year, whenever I get my nails done, I do hard gel. Now it's not the gel extension. These are my real nails, but I do the hard gel on top. It's sort of like if acrylic powder and gel had a baby, but it just lets your nails grow so long. I think it looks beautiful. I think it keeps my nails healthy. Granted, I have not taken it, like I keep getting it redone, but it feels like my nails are strong and they grow great, and it does not chip. Well, at least the way my girl April does it, it does not chip. It is perfect. I love it so much. Another thing I've been loving makeup-wise are these e.l.f. Halo Glow contour sticks. It's the same as like the Charlotte Tilbury little sponge squishy bloop bloop bloop, but I like this one a lot more. It doesn't dry as quickly on the skin. They are at a really comfortable price point. They don't have a ton of colors of it, but the shade range is pretty wide, which I like. It goes from pretty light to pretty deep within the 5 different color options that they have. Been loving that. Been loving e.l.f. a lot lately. Their camo concealer, that's what I use instead of foundation. I just do a couple dots. Blends out great. I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing as the Tarte Shape Tape. The Power Grip Primer, the pink one and the blue one, I both like equally the same. I like that you can see how much product is left, and I like that it's a little squishy tube. Again, really comfy price point, love that. Giorgio Armani, this is the only Armani product I have in my life, in my house, but oh my God, it is this. It's called 22M Cashew is the color, and it's like a liquid eyeshadow. It's the only thing I wear on my eyes most of the days nowadays, but it is so beautiful. Let me just show you real quick. Like blend it out, and it's just such a pretty, pretty color. I think it looks so flattering. And last but not least, makeup-wise, is this little Moon Dust Urban Decay eyeshadow thingy. It's just like really, really light sparkles that you can dust over your shadow, your lid, whatever. Today I'm just doing this on a primed base, and this is called Cosmic. Next up is house stuff. My first thing on my list is truly all of the things that I've done in my moving videos. So it's kind of all of these Amazon finds are my first house favorites. The 2 kitchen islands that I have, this wonderful like entryway thing, the couch. I'm so grateful to have had like affordable, easy to build furniture that I could furnish my new little apartment with. I'm really grateful for that. I also am so fatal for these Target $5 pillows. This was one, this was one. This was not $5, but I think it was $7 or $10. I've really been vibing on making stuffed animals a pillow. Oh, big fan of candles. I always love a candle. Is that even still on? Yes, it is. That's also from Target. It smells great. It's from the Studio McGee collection. Oh, and I don't know if this counts as house stuff, but just any Buc-ee's merch. Buc-ee's always reminds me of going to Texas and seeing my mommy because we love going there. My brother and I, and shopping, even though we've been there 1,000 times, but Buc-ee's holds a special place in my heart. And every time I'm wearing something Buc-ee's, people are like, oh my God, it's cute. Beep. My last chunk of this video is going to be miscellaneous stuff. It could be an idea, it could be a podcast, it could be a person, whatever. I have been obsessed, you guys already know this, with Ride the Pod. That is my favorite podcast find of this year. Benito Skinner and Mary Beth Barone bring me, and countless others, so much joy every time they upload on Wednesdays, and I'm so grateful to have found them. In that same realm, my favorite comedians have kind of continued through the years, for years and years and years. It's always gonna be Mike Birbiglia, and it's always gonna be Gary Gulman, but especially this year, I've always loved this guy, but this is so silly. When I can't fall asleep, I will put on Nate Bargatze, like on my phone, and play that as my white noise, like his specials that are on Apple Music. So if you are looking for a new comedian and you haven't found Mike Birbiglia, Gary Gulman, or Nate Bargatze, please look them up. Especially Gary Gulman. I've been listening to so much of him lately, and every podcast he goes on, I listen. I can't wait to buy his book. Oh my God, he's just brilliant. When you listen to him talk, you're just like, all right, did you write this down before? Like, how are you this smart? Obsessed with him. Another thing I've been loving is people being good at their jobs. I've seen a lot of this in 2023, and maybe it's the juxtaposition of that versus people who aren't as good at their jobs, but it doesn't matter what job you have. You could be a rocket scientist, you could be a barista somewhere, you could be a waitress, you could be on the phone with customer service at Spectrum Internet. But when you're good at your job and you know what you're doing and you're honest, there's just something so wonderful about that. And to know that you're taking pride in what you do is something to be really proud of. And I'm so grateful to have encountered so many people this year that were great at what they did in any realm, in any industry. So thank you. Oh, another thing that I've been loving this year is flirting. I love to flirt. As a proudly single 29-year-old woman, I just think it's important. It's important to like keep that skill, that muscle strong, and it's fun, and you never know what's gonna happen. And I don't know, it makes me personally feel very feminine, very cute, very in my own power. I love flirting. I encourage you to flirt. I encourage you to find a crush. I've talked about this earlier this year, but that's another 2023 favorite, is having a crush anywhere you go. If you're at Kroger and you're shopping and you see the same person in the aisle twice, you're like, oh my God, that's my crush. Oh my God, I love them. Imagine a life with them. I think it's so fun. The store, at the gym, at work, whatever. I think it's fun. I think it keeps you on your toes. I think it keeps you being your best self. Definitely have a crush wherever you go every day. Oh, and kind of on that same level, this is purely my own favorite. A lot of these I'm like, oh, I think you'll like Press and Seal because it's good for this. For me, a 2023 favorite has been not having dating apps. I personally do not think that they work very well for me. I have tried them a couple of times throughout the years, and this year I decided I am never gonna go back on, because every time I do, I'm like, why did I even waste the time? That's just for me. It's been a favorite because it also encourages me to go up to people in real life and kind of facilitate those connections that are so important to me, and I do think that we're losing a little bit of. So I'm trying to keep that alive with my own personal action. Oh, another favorite, another miscellaneous favorite has been painting. You guys know I painted all of the little artwork in my bathroom. I also paint a bunch of watercolor cards and like to mail those out to family and friends and those people that I love and meet throughout my life. I think it's a really nice personal way of showing that you care about them, and you will take the time to paint them a card, write them a card, mail them a card. It's just wonderful. It's almost selfish how much I like doing it, because I get so excited to see that they got them and enjoyed them. So that's great. So I like watercolor painting them. You can draw them, you can stamp them, whatever. If you want to, you don't even have to do it. I just like it. Another 2023 favorite, I have had a lot of ups and downs with filming videos this year. There's been just some like little sticky parts of the year where it didn't feel as good to film a video. I didn't want to, so I didn't. And then I think I gave myself a little bit of a break over the past couple of months, and I've been so excited to get back in front of the camera, and it's felt so good. So I guess part of the favorite is filming videos again, and part of the favorite is giving yourself the time you need to start to love something again. That's important too. Oh my God, another 2023 favorite is the New York Times game section. I am obsessed with Wordle. I still play Wordle because my mommy plays it too. So we talk about it. I play that every day. So my order is Wordle, then Connections. If you guys haven't played Connections, please go play. Sometimes on my Patreon, when we do our live stream, we'll play the Connections together for that day. And it's just fun. It's cool to see how different people's brains work. Connections is it's like a matching game, and it's so fun. And then my last one of the day is the New York Times mini crossword, and I'm obsessed with that as well. And those are my little morning routine games that I like to play, and they bring me so much joy. Another favorite is Chapel Roan. My bestie Megan showed this artist to me, and the way in which she showed me Chapel Roan, and I played her nonstop in my car, in my apartment, doing whatever for probably 2 straight weeks. I didn't listen to a single thing except Chapel. Obsessed with her. Very poppy, very like sort of 80s, sort of techno-y, which is crazy because I'm not a techno person, but like also singer-songwriter. It's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. She's incredible. Check out The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. I think that's what it's called. My God, she is a talent. I'm so grateful I found her. Thank you, Megan, for showing me her. And last favorite of the year, because it's helping me move into next year, which I'm so excited about, is Google Calendar. Google has so many wonderful things that they offer. Obviously, I'm a Gmail user, and Google Calendar, I also use Google Sheets and Google Docs like crazy. I write all of my podcast episodes on Google Docs, but Google Calendar has been really helpful in allowing me to create a content calendar for next year, because I think that's something I really need to focus on to keep me kind of on this vibe of loving filming videos, because knowing what I'm going to do is half the battle. So when I see it all written out in pretty colors like Google Calendar has, it really helps. Those are my 2023 favorites. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just had the thought of maybe there's lipstick on my teeth, and if it was on there the whole time, I'm going to scream. Either way, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for listening to what my favorites are. Please tell me your favorites down in the comments. That's another favorite, is seeing what you guys say in the comments down below, because there's always stuff that I never thought of or maybe didn't know about before that you guys enlighten me on. So leave those in the comments below, whatever your favorites were this year. And I am wishing you the best, the most successful, the happiest, the most filled with love 2024 you could ever imagine. Thank you for being with me this year. There were a lot of ups and downs, and I'm really grateful that I had you for all of them. Love you. Bye.